back to Vanguard Group A, currently in the losers match of this group, or the, what do we call it? The Lazarus match, otherwise known as, to make it not quite as terrible as the name. But in the top spawn position, we have our purple Protoss representing Dust Gaming. We have DreamS. It's kind of an exhilarated at the end intro.
And his opponent down here at the bottom center of the map, we have the purple Zerg from Templar Gaming. He is listed as FatCatChef, but we know him as Ice Cream.
I don't know if any of you got that round of applause through the mics, but it was given.
Indeed.
So
the question is, will he do something very flavorful, or will he keep it very vanilla?
I'm going to say flavorful. We'll have to see what this probe does from Mr. Dust. Yeah. I guess Dreams, but Dust Dreams. That's a good name. All right, we do see the Forge. We see the Forge really laid down, but I'm wondering if he's going to try to cannon rush and just a really delayed one. Like, I feel like probably not. But
okay, so there's something.
I just have a really strange feeling that, okay, not vanilla anymore, everyone. I would love to see a cannon rush out of this.
This will be interesting. So he's both got the Forge. It's got to seem odd to him that there's nothing yet.
Oh, hello there.
Does he know? Did he just see that?
Yeah, he saw it. He saw it.
He just saw it. Okay. But he's got the Forge, so...
He's just going for the Nexus still.
Yeah, so he has to make the Nexus on the outside. He's going to put the cannon down up at his...
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, this does make sense to do.
This pylon, though, is going to be very vulnerable. Like, if you got a couple roaches and attacked it from the Forge side, it's going to go down. Obviously, that's a couple more minutes into the game, but definitely a bit vulnerable because of that cannon positioning. But he's trying to get as much area as he can, as far to get all the way around get all the way around the Nexus is what he's trying to do. Going for double gas, very standard so far. And I'm curious what's going to come out of this hatchery, whether it's going to be Lings or what. And then look at where he's taking the gold base.
Yeah. I really like this. This is pretty inspired here by Mr. Ice Cream. He's going to be able to just be annoying here.
The Chilean player.
Yeah. And then basically use that to get some sort of economic advantage off of it on the other side.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I love the little decal for Dreams, the question mark. I'm not sure what that one's for, but I keep looking at it and think it's pretty cool. It looks like he's making a queen, pretty standard. Probably going to try to spread some creep up to the main. Two Zerglings, I'm forgetting names now. 2 Lings going up to see what they can do. Probably can't do anything on this cannon. Should be able to dispatch them quickly. So I'm curious what he's going to transition to. Whether he's going to do a really big Ling pressure or go to Roaches. Because I feel like maybe we're going to see Roaches since he has not got any Ling speed yet. Or actually, he couldn't have got Ling speed yet. Maybe he couldn't. No, he couldn't have.
Yeah, he's just approaching the 100 gas now.
Right now,
I assume he'll spread creep to the high ground and then try and move the spines up and everything like that. But by the time he does it, it may be, he may be prepared.
Great.
Yeah.
Getting a Zealot out, definitely he wants the Mothership Core. Sentry also. And I wonder if he can manage to pull the Mothership Core, Zealot, and Sentry back into this hatchery, and then he just does a big Ling attack into the main. Or even just the natural, there's literally nothing to defend the natural. You see 25 Lings into that, it's dead.
Yeah.
And there's no photon overcharge yet, especially with that gold-based mining. He's got it fully saturated, or almost fully saturated. So definitely, actually, is 12 fully saturated on a gold base?
I think there's a couple of versions of it, but yeah, it's only 6 patches, right? So I think 12 is the
lagging, or is that someone else lagging? Fat Cat, okay. Like a 53 second cut. That was probably the most time of all of StarCraft was put into that one little animation. I think Tasteless was saying that, or something like that. He asked someone, and they said that it took them 20 hours to do that animation or something.
So that seems reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, he was saying, compared to the other things they've made. Alright. So as we were saying, Simling aggression, metabolic boost coming out, it's quite standard. Now, DreamS is actually going for a robo. I feel like he should probably just go for a couple gates, but maybe he's trying to get the immortals out to deal with this spine crawler harassment.
Yeah, maybe he's kind of got to do something, I guess, but yeah.
Wait 1 second, just say spine crawler harassment for a second.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's
not a typical thing. The photon overcharge does go off there. He'll back up, out of range.
They go so fast on Crete. This is just amazing, actually. It's going to work really well. Now, for the robos, I was saying, do you think... he's going to pump out an Immortal, try to get rid of those buildings, but if these leagues hit, he's actually going roaches. Wow. I'm interested. I'm intrigued by that, actually.
Yeah, that's a bit interesting. I bet at this point...
he needs just units.
He's also probably wishing that he had just made this hatchery at the normal spot by the minerals.
That's actually what I was kind of thinking.
Because I know he was trying to hide it initially, but his opponent, like when he saw it, didn't care. Like, well, he had a forge, so he couldn't have stopped him anyway.
Yeah.
There we go.
Interesting force field. What was that force field?
I maybe thought he had two, or was trying to bait up.
Oh.
Actually, he did have two.
Yeah, okay, very nice transfuse right there, but it's kind of getting pushed back gradually. Queens will work away on this Immortal. Hopefully that drone won't get the Immortal kill, though. And right now, these Queens have to be very careful. The Spine Crawler can't move up, and these Queens can't really move up, but there's not a transfuse on either of them. There should be a transfuse, actually, in a pretty long time for neither of them to have it. If he warps in one group of Zealots right now, 2 Zealots right now, and goes for the attack, he should actually be able to deal with this. Actually, take that back now that I see the other Queens, but I think he could have like 10 seconds ago.
I literally don't think he knew about this other base until his lings just wandered into it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was
thinking. He was going up a ramp.
Yeah. It's like, why doesn't he make just 20 lings and go for a kill? Well, we have another photon overcharge. Actually, he won about 10 seconds, which will be very, very nice for DreamS. Yeah, this Immortal is surprisingly dealing with it well, just he does not want these lings. 2 Immortals, though, it's a lot. He definitely wants to not move these Immortals in unison. He wants to move one away from the other. And they're actually stuck. Ooh, I'm a little bit worried for them. He wants to move one away from the other to kind of kite.
Swing the roaches to try and pick one off. Will he finish it? Nice force field there.
As a Protoss player, I know that pain.
Yeah. Spine Crawler's now much more established on the high ground.
Wait, did he not use Photon Overcharge? Did he, like, time warp?
I think...
Oh, no, he did it to the natural.
Yeah, he did it at the bottom, yeah.
I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Queen will be... Mothership Core will be taken out. Roach is still doing a lot of damage. You got Lings streaming across the map. +1 attempting to come down for DreamS as he pulls out some more Immortals, but these Queens with their transfuses just doing a lot of damage. Actually taking out the Spine Crawler. This Immortals wants to be very careful with taking that taking out the Queens pretty well. Now this Nexus is being targeted down, but it's still that's just up right now. Photon Overcharge. Really, he needs to defend that somehow, and he really wants to get a Queen back out. 700 minerals. Just keep warping into Zealots, I think. He just needs a constant Zealot warping. Zealot.
Yeah, he's kind of being pulled apart. The 2 Immortals are the only things really keeping him in any way alive.
But he's actually surprisingly doing well. And
he's kind of like stabilizing, and part of the issue is Ice Cream, despite having 2 bases at home, hasn't droned them.
Oh, very good point.
So he's got the gold, but that's good. That's like extra minerals, but it's not. Neither of them are really droned very well.
I feel like he could really DreamS as in could warp in a lot more Zealots, but actually paying attention to taking out this macro hatch. Now he really wants a sentry. Yep, makes the sentry. Wants to be able to block that off, and I'm not really sure what position he'll be in after this. But and he will he get the block? Come on, yes.
Oh, he
barely gets the block.
Himself out.
Yeah, I mean he needed to get that block though. Or I think he put it down right there.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that, dealing with the cocoons.
Yeah.
But now think of this. DreamS has
4 Immortals. Yeah, 4 Immortals.
At the same time, I like that. High five through the webcam.
Yeah.
4 Immortals, man. This is going to be very interesting to hold. I feel warping a whole bunch of Zealots off of these 3 gates, keep that up, or actually even sentries would work, but he doesn't have that much gas income at the moment. But he just wants to keep his zealot production up, so the zealot will tank the damage, and these immortals should go straight through these queens of the roaches.
Yeah, there's not a lot here. There's no tech path or anything. There's no lair. He's got 2 Evos, but he doesn't have upgrades. Whereas there is +1 for Protoss. Somehow during all that he upgraded.
Yeah, he did about halfway through.
Yeah. And now here comes... So Warp Prism has loaded with... unfortunately, he does wonder by 4 Overlords that we'll see it.
I don't know if he's... The Queens
whether he pay
back,
attention.
I'm not sure how fast the Queens will get there. Yeah. We do see Lair going down, actually, in the natural base. I'd love to see him drop at the 3rd and do a Warping of Zealots, but the Overlord may see it, because he could take out the double Evo chamber and all the gold, so that could be really big. But I'm a little bit nervous how he's going to defend these Speedlings. I mean, he's got 2 Zealots here. Actually should be able to hold for a while with some good micro.
Yeah, he is going to come and see that the space is there.
I love that position of those Zealots. I'd love to see one on the vertical of one of those Immortals to block it in, but it doesn't look like we'll see that. Speedling's coming back home, takes the base out. I would really like to see the Evo Cham to go out, but he's actually going back home. But I mean, there's 5 actually, if he gets started early enough, he may be able to. But the Speedlings are coming home pretty quickly. Surprisingly enough, he may actually get rid of these. Oh, he's got to be very careful.
Yeah, doesn't want to risk losing the Immortals at all. That's like his one big advantage, but he will be able to take the rest of this out, take the Queen down.
Because he's on 4 Immortals, it's just so many Immortals at this stage of the game. Taking out both those Evo chambers, I'd like to see, as I was saying, pressure forward, maybe get +1 armor, but I think, do you think he needs those sentries? Do you think it would be better just to get a whole bunch of Zealots with the sentries? Actually getting a Colossus.
That's a true. With so many links, like now that you know that your opponent is on that tech, like that's kind of where they are. That's not a bad idea.
If he can somehow kill the layer, he could totally take this game. That's what I was thinking, because that's all the tech right there that's put into it. He's actually taking the natural too, and I mean, this is a pretty hard army to deal with. Where's the Warp Prism right now? Oh, going.
It's in the main. He's going right after the spawning pool. And the army is nowhere near where it has to be. He's just going to kill the spawning pool. Oop, dead.
I like that.
No, he picked it up, but he'll be back down.
Oh, come on. Yep, you got it. Oh!
Yeah.
That's doing really well for him. He wants to be super careful not to lose that Warp Prism, because that Warp Prism is love and life right there. He snipes the Queen and gets out. Fire going down for FatCatChef. You know, as much as this is probably the best thing he could do, I don't think he really has the economy. I mean, maybe he can pull out a couple mutas, but I don't really think he has it. Yeah, making sure these queens are not getting away from it in any way.
Yeah, I don't think this is it. And like, even just with this relatively small gateway force, you'd need like 10, 12 more mutas to deal with it.
Definitely, yeah. You need a lot more mutas that he has. Pumping out 5 mutas. Now, there is a lot of lings and roaches, so if he can catch this army in a nice position, he may be able to. But I'm not sure if he can. Now, there is no proxy. Actually, there technically is the Warp Prism, so proxy pylon right there. Zealots are engaging the front. The Lings actually may get a nice surround. Lings trying to get a little bit of a flank here, but this Colossus, he does not know about this Colossus. Second Colossus on the way, and I feel like this Colossus is going to do so much damage. 7 Mutalisks out. This little Protoss ball is technically a death ball right here, and will do a lot of damage. Moving up into the main. Seeing what they can see, but the Colossus not too great at position, is going to want to pull back actually under the low ground, I think. But the Lings going for a surround, also very, very nice, but Stalkers taking out those Mutalisks. Lings going down. I think this is GG, Dreams.
Yeah, everything goes out so quick. I mean, Protoss actually has a +1 upgrade, like, yeah.
Welcome back to ASL Vanguard Group A. Hopefully this will be close to the final match, because it is 1 a.m. No, it's not 1 a.m. It's 12:30 a.m. for me and 3-ish a.m. I'm guessing for Ender Sword. Maybe 2:30. And in the top right spawn position of Vani Research Station, we have the Pink Protoss playing for Dust Gaming. It is DreamS, currently up 1 game for an amazing game 1 pulling out of there.
And down here on the bottom left-hand corner, whose pool is already almost finished, it is going to be, I think that was like a 7 pool, is going to be FatCatChef. And he is just, obviously just going for it. He knows that his power is a precarious situation.
Yeah, and he's just like, screw it.
Yeah. So he's going, making 6lings on the way. The forge is almost done here. I mean, this actually has a chance. He went for the forge fast expand here, and there's there's nothing in place to make a cannon right away on the low ground. He's going to have to make it on the high in the mineral line, so he's going to defend that way.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be hard to defend this. Yeah, Ling's already out, doing a little bit of scouting right here, looking for a proxy pylon. He's like,
yeah, okay. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I feel like you just go for it. You go for it right now. Taking the gold. Wow, very interesting. Now, I feel like he really needs the 3 that are scouting down there with the main force to bring down that cannon, but that cannon's actually in the mineral line. That's strange.
Yeah, he could kill. I like the idea of this. Okay, I like the idea of you 7 pool into a gold base. That's kind of clever. The part where the 7 pool never shows up, but you still made all the lings.
Yeah, you really got the pressure on.
I don't get that.
And especially if he scouted him right. Yeah. Because
his opponent's not even trying to defend it. He's just conceding the point.
DreamS sees it. Yeah. DreamS is... What's going on in DreamS head right now is a Protoss player's like, oh crap, keep leading them around with your probe. Just follow the probe, please follow the probe.
Yeah. And I think if he does follow it all the way home, he may get up here and actually still see a dangerous situation where he still can't defend this stuff. He never bothered. Like, he conceded it completely.
Yeah. All right, taking out the pylon's good. I feel like if he just cancels this nexus, he's taking his natural and the 3rd at the gold, he'll be fine. If he just makes sure to cancel that nexus, which I think he has, making the gateway at home, throwing down some cannons, and yeah, that nexus isn't going to go down anyway. There's nothing defending it unless he pulls all his probes. And if he does that, then FatCatChef is just in a great position.
Just killed him, yeah.
Is anyone really watching at this time at night?
I'm sure. There's lovely people.
Lovely. Thank you for everyone who's watching and making my life worth something.
They're all great. People always watch everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was going to let it. Yeah.
I thought he was going to let it cancel. I thought it was let it finish and get like a mothership core out. I guess that wouldn't really do anything though. What do you think DreamS needs to do?
4-gate.
Looks like that's what he's doing, actually. Yeah. I'm just gonna say I'm jealous of you looking at Skype right now. Yeah. Like, you're constantly sitting straight up in your chair perfectly, and I'm like, when people go to what we can see, I'm sitting straight up, but otherwise I'm like sitting like slouched down as far as I can.
It's all the chair. It's all the DX Racer.
Okay, 2 Zealots desperately trying to fend these off with the gates sitting right here. Some Stalkers coming out too. Zealots getting a very nice position actually between the gateways and the pylons. And now the Mothership's core is out. He really needs to put that Mothership core into the natural, or past actually the ramp of the natural. Just because I mean nothing.
Stargate.
And speed coming out for FatCatChef. Once that's done, I don't really think there's a lot DreamS can do, but.
We'll have to see. I'm not sure I get the Stargate.
I don't know either. I feel like he'd probably just... Maybe it's something gimmicky. He's trying to make something work. Oh.
I guess it's Oracle. Like, you're not going to go Phoenix into a normal game.
He blocked off the ramp with only 2 Zealots.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised when I see that. I'm like, that shouldn't be possible, yet it is. It looks like FatCatChef throwing down a spore crawler actually and 2 spine crawlers, making sure nothing's going to surprise him. But I mean, you can still hit the back of this gold base on an angle.
Yeah.
Getting the Oracle out.
5. Yeah.
Really, as long as FatCatChef doesn't stupidly lose his entire, like, no, I don't want to say that DreamS cannot get this, but at the same time, as long as FatCatChef doesn't do something really, really stupid, I think he's fine. There's just like 3 pieces versus 1 base, and you got a gold base.
I could see, like, so if he gets to, he's getting a second Oracle now, and most of Fat Cat's army is Lings.
That's what I was saying.
If he intends the Oracles to kill the Lings themselves, then he could wipe it out, and then he's got this army of Zealots, or will have an army of Zealots, that would walk over everything. That could work. The Spore Crawler at the front could be like the one thing stopping that. But we'll see.
What I'm thinking is if FatCatChef takes like 1 more gas at home, and now he's making roaches now, actually. I was going to say...
Yeah, and 11 of them. Yeah, so I think that's kind of... Yeah, it's too late. The concept of this, I think, is sound-ish, but he's waited too long. Like 4 oracles is what he's going for off 1 base, and your opponent's on 3. Like, yeah, it's just too long, and he's expanding too. Like you've got to realize at some point around 10 minutes when you're on 1 base that you're all in. And now he's going after the back rocks, and the oracles are gonna get spotted. Okay. This is interesting, but they're not great against roaches. And they're out of energy after, like, 4 oracles are disengaged after killing 3 roaches. I think you're muted. I'm just looking at you, and you're talking.
Sorry.
I can't hear you. Yeah.
I was gonna. I hit that. I was gonna say, imagine if that hit the mineral line.
Yeah. Like, exactly. Right.
That would have taken out. Okay, they take out a queen actually really quickly. Sorry, I hit the button. I got a little button on this mic. It always annoys me. Yeah. Ling's moving in. Roach is moving in. This is really where it needs this pulsar beam, which will help them best. What would be great is if he can force shield the Lings in and then do the pulsar beam.
Yeah, exactly. If he can hold the Lings anywhere, like if you engage them somewhere that you're fighting or where they're captive, they'll melt. The roaches won't melt to this. So yeah. That's not what it's designed for.
Don't go for the roaches.
That's what it's going for. The Void Ray, though, there's only 1 of those, but a Void Ray's really good.
Void Ray just constantly leave at the roaches.
Yeah.
Then for the oracles, just go for the Lings, because they'll take out that pack of Lings in 10 seconds. If that pack of Lings stays still, they'll take it out in 10 seconds. I'm gonna say. Yeah, what? That's 16 Lings right there. 2 of these will one-shot it. So that's 8 shots. So in about 8 seconds they'll kill it.
Yeah.
Pumping out Immortals now. I do agree with you. Kind of just how at some point you got to realize you're all in, or you're doing something crazy. But this Oracle push is turning out to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting. Army supplies are about the same. The thing is,
don't take out creatures with this.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is you're using energy that's absolutely necessary. Yeah.
You have a robotics facility. Get out 1 observer, push forward, wait until he has to attack you, and then slaughter all his Lings. Because even if these oracles were on full health, they definitely, with these Void Rays and Zealots, could take out so much. But what's really helping right now is these Stalkers taking out these Overlords, just very, very gradually getting him supply blocked. But Spire coming out now for FatCatChef, he really needs to... DreamS really just... he needs to end the game in the next minute or 2.
Yeah, and... unfortunately, too, and we'll see if he knows, but he can abandon this gold. There's the engagement here now. Roach is kind of overrunning. Yeah, it's not even on. Most of them...
He has it, though. He has enough.
Yeah, he does have enough for it. Yeah, you're right. He's pulling back to the Spine Crawler and Spore defense, which is going to make the rest of this do very little. So he holds it there, but he could abandon the gold too. If he's losing the fight, he can just give it up.
Yeah, and the same thing, just like, he is killing a lot of overlords, but there's just 10 overlords made at the same time, so really not much here. Finally, okay, we're seeing oracles going down, actually almost one-shots one of the spine crawlers, pretty surprisingly enough, or one-shots is in like a couple seconds. Taking out another spine crawler, actually working on these spore crawlers. Interesting time warp. It looks like the mothership core will barely be taken. Actually, it'll die in the last one shot.
So he is kind of slowly steamrolling this position.
He's got a now though, before the 7 mutas hit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is enough. Like, I mean, it's not like there's no stalkers here either, but they're not. Hopefully, they won't engage the army. Hopefully, they're smart enough to just go attack the mineral lands.
Actually, what's good for DreamS though is that FatCatChef took out the ice in the back, so he will be able to go up into his main easier.
Exactly.
That was pretty good. I really would have wished he just saved this oracle, the power of the oracles, then went in and just slaughtered all the lings. Like right now, that'd be amazing. Like right now, if he does that, looks like he will. Doing amazing jobs on those lings. Really wants the stalkers only focusing down these mutas here. 4 more stalkers coming in. Void Ray's doing a surprising amount of damage actually. They're doing quite well. And he really needs to, if he gets rid of these mutas, he's okay. Which he gets rid of the last muta. Now there's 3 more mutas on the way, but it's not a ton. Wow. DreamS actually seeming to push decently now. He really needs a lot of warpins to complement this force right here. Either zealots or whatever. He's currently at 500 minerals, going down, actually macroing up a little bit more. And even though you were saying at some point he's got to be all in, he's somehow kind of evened this out to not that. He has, but he's fundamentally on the same. So he took out the goal, but he's still 3 bases to 2. They're both gonna mine out the mains. He only has
still
5.
Just kind of one gate. Yeah.
FatCatChef actually transferred it all to the 3rd, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he did almost everything. Like he just abandoned. Like I said, he just abandoned the gold because he didn't need to hold that.
He's making it again, actually.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, a lot of lings still. Just a ton of lings. Definitely going for him. And actually, FatCatChef taking a 4th base now. DreamS seeing the posture. I'd love to see 1 observer. And why are you going for a 2nd Stargate?
Yeah, that's
you're trying to fight off Mutalisks. You can't. I don't think you can actually afford. Right, what he's on right now, if he's currently going, I think he can only afford 1 Phoenix out of a Stargate at a time, not 2. Definitely, okay, Observer, he can now take out creep tumors. Getting 3 sentries, like, if you build 3 sentries, you can't realistically expect to produce off of double Stargate unless he plans on taking a 3rd. But it doesn't look like it.
No, yeah, he should probably think of that, because he is obviously about to lose his main. There's only the 1 mineral patch there, so that's empty. Yeah, okay, there he is, taking a 3rd there from the back rocks, like you said.
1-1 though, coming out right now for him, or 1-1 starting. I'm sorry, 1-1 starting for FatCatChef, which is just only going to help him more. It was like as much as I'd love FatCatChef to win, I'd also just really love if somehow.
It would be awesome if he came back, but I think this is going to be.
It'd be awesome if he came back so we could go to sleep.
Yeah, he's running in his running in the natural. This is going to die before the force even gets back.
I feel like he thought there was going to be just a lot more mutas, but then FatCatChef was like, I'm making 5 mutas and I'm stopping. And that's why he went double Stargate, but didn't really help him. Ooh, actually, force field's off in a bad position. He won't be able to save these groups. He has to pull them all back into that force fielded area. And slowly, they don't want to work on the cannon right there. They want to take out like the cybernetics core and the Robo Bay. Behind this, FatCatChef is going into mutas, making hydras, making 20 lings. Just, it doesn't really matter what comes out of FatCatChef right now. I think he can just overwhelm if he tries.
Yeah, I mean, his opponent just got his mining base back up. Like, he was empty for the time being. He's long distance mining still a fair bit. But he's fundamentally on 1 base to 4.
Yeah, most definitely. Only 1 base to 4. He's actually long distance mining on his natural. I'd love to see. I'd like to. Actually, he does have the saturated natural in there. He's actually moving in right now. DreamS moving in, trying to posture to get a good position. He definitely is going to want whatever the alignment. He wants Void Ray power up thing.
Yeah.
Where you hit E.
Prismatic alignment.
Prismatic alignment. I couldn't think of how to pronounce that word. My mistake. Now, he did pump out these Phoenixes, which will help him in this position, but 3 Phoenixes are going to need a lot of micro versus 11, 15, probably 16.
Too many.
I'm trying to get good at counting, like, right off the bat, just looking at it, because it's 8 across, so just counting it down, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
More Phoenixes being pumped out, but only out of 1 Stargate. As I was saying, can't really produce out of 2 on that. Still not making his natural yet. Going into the natural of DreamS and leaving his his Phoenix is not in a great position.
And he's making them. Now he's committed. Nice force field, but yeah, what he's got is what he's got. He just will come in.
Maybe if there was only the mutas, but these
Hydras there now, which are so good against just everything. Good force fields as he moves through, but eventually he has to be everywhere. So he eventually has to deal with it.
Yeah, just eventually has to deal with it. GG.
All right, here we are on game 3 of the losers match. I don't use euphemisms for that. Losers match. That's what it is.
It's the Lazarus match. Don't make these foot players feel bad under.
Whatever. It's the whatever. I think the last one, at least, you can give that a nice name, like the consolation match or something. But
yeah.
You both lost. You get nothing. This is your chance to redeem yourself. But we are here on Deadwing. Got players spawning in cross positions. Up here on the top left-hand corner of the map, we have from Team Dust, it is our Protoss player, DreamS.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, the lovely purple Zerg player playing for Templar Gaming from Chile with some crazy Zerg stats. We have FatCatChef. I think it said chef right there, but FatCatChef.
Yeah, sounds good.
Chef.
So this time a more normal pool timing. Last time he did just a really weird 7 pool, but it wasn't a 7 pool, and all this other stuff. So
7 pool into 3rd base at gold,
yeah,
into contain while take 2 base at home, into win.
Yeah, into fake attacking you, but you didn't.
Actually, only making 5 metas and then going into Hydras.
Yeah, all kinds of weirdness. But
FatCatChef going in for the scout to make sure nothing crazy happens.
And this time around, DreamS is going for the wall-off right at his ramp. So no expansion, no forge, no whatever. Doing it fully conventional. Or, I mean, one of the conventional. Forge fast is also pretty conventional.
Yeah, definitely. In all the previous games, he went Forge Fast Expand, so I like switching it up just a little bit on a larger map.
Yeah.
Maybe giving him the option to be a little bit more aggressive, and at the same time, at least your opponent, it's a little bit more aggressive to your opponent's perspective, because they're, what are you going to do? But also on a large map, he doesn't quite have to worry about like a 6 pool going into this. Actually, he probably would have to worry about a 6 pool, but anything more than like a 8 pool, he's fine for.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, and 6lings are coming across, but, Mothership Core is out, a Zealot's going to be out, so everything's perfectly fine from that point of view. And even with just the Mothership Core, that's enough to defend the Nexus, so he can expand safely, and he is doing so. But behind this, not unexpectedly to me, got Fat Cat being a real Fat Cat and taking economic liberties and going up to 3rd base before 5 minutes.
I want to see him take a fourth base.
Yeah, me too.
I just want to see him go for the
away
fourth base. I know, yeah. I want to see him take the fourth base and just be like, screw it, and only make lings. Do some macro hatch work. It looks like his lings will get into the natural of DreamS for now. Check out what's going on here. Zealot should stop it all, though. Stalker coming out. Interesting decision to go for a Stalker. I wonder if he plans to be a little bit more aggressive, because normally you'd go for a Sentry in this position, would you not?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you want to, not only for the force field, like you want the force field if you should need it, but you almost always skip the Sentry first to hallucinate the Phoenix, so that you know what the hell's happening. Because if it's not for the Sentry, the Protoss is just blind.
Yeah, or force field if there's some intense
exactly.
attack.
Yeah, you need one or the other.
FatCatChef taking the Xel'Nagas. So no, go ahead. You're about to say something.
No, yeah, that's all I was going to say. I guess by the time it works out really well that if you make the Sentry first, the time that you would need the force field is usually in the first little bit that it's out, and by the time it has enough for the hallucination, you've got enough for a photon overcharge, and you don't need the force field anymore. You need the... So it works out well that you know that you're safe to use it usually by the time you have it.
Mothership Core does see the Lings move in. Lings are spotted. A nice Zealot actually providing a bit of a gate, providing a bit of a block right there. Photon Overcharge will have to go down because those Lings will eventually take down that gateway, and really right now...
He can force field, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, DreamS can.
It doesn't block enough.
Yeah, it doesn't actually quite block it. Having to make some other stuff there. Actually, did he have a second force field? No, he didn't. So very good from him. More Lings coming out, taking actually 2 more gas, but not putting any drones in them. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, FatCatChef was taking 2 more gas.
Yeah, he's actually got... Okay, now he's starting to drone them up. Because he had 3 there that all had nothing. Because he had pulled out the original ones.
Yeah. Looks like a forge going down. Maybe I'd like to see +1 armor, and he's getting a warp prism, so doing a little bit of damage. Actually, +1 attack, and go for a nice warp prism attack there.
Yeah, and Chef going after the rocks behind, whittling them down, forcing a second defensive line. A warp prism is moving out on the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, which is, the warp prism, always a good idea. It's the exact same idea of breaking down those rocks. You're essentially trying to get a different angle on your opponent. If he can't move out of his base, he'll send a warp prism over and do some damage into the base of FatCatChef.
Yeah, and he currently has almost no information on what's going on in that base. Like, he literally, the only thing he's actually seen is there's a natural.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it.
And yeah, he is getting +1 weapons right now. He is listening to the stream at the moment. And I don't know if he's doing that. I shouldn't say that because probably not. 2 sentries out. He has 2 sentries out too, so DreamS is essentially okay at home. This warp prism will hit. Throwing out these zealots, going for the spore crawler first, or actually no, going to the spine crawler. Interesting decision. Lings are being pulled back by FatCatChef, and I feel like DreamS should move out, take a third. Start pumping out of this robo pretty insanely, but it looks like he's actually throwing down 3 gates, so hopefully to be a little bit more aggressive soon, but he sadly will lose those zealots.
Yeah, indeed, and has to cancel the second warp in as Lings had come back to deal with that. Spine's going down throughout FatCat spaces to make sure he's not dropped anymore, and there's a hallucinated Phoenix finally now.
Yeah, the hallucinated Phoenix, always a good idea in these positions. Don't lose anything and get a decent scout off, and he's really looking for, okay, is FatCatChef moving into, what tech is he moving into? Obviously all he sees is spore crawlers and spine crawlers. But okay, is he going roaches next? Is he going hydras? Because he doesn't know it all. There's this Ling run by, but still only Lings. And will he see that Spire, actually? DreamS does not see the Spire and the hallucinated Phoenix is done. So it was really the tip-off he was looking for. What is my opponent doing next into the mid-game?
Yeah, this will be interesting now. So all he's got is like a handful of links. He's droned quite heavily. He's at 68 now. Going into the Spire. Has a couple spines, but this attack now coming from DreamS is big. He's got the sentries. They've got a reasonable amount of energy. He's got a lot of stalkers, and there's nothing that's been built whatsoever by FatCat.
Yeah, now the Spire. Good.
Spire's gonna die before they even get to make anything, I think.
Oh, that'd be big if he can actually cancel it. Doing some force fields, trying to do that quite on purpose. He knows he needs to take that out or he's not in a good position here. And Spire will not be actually canceled yet. He's got about 20 or about 5 seconds. And it is canceled when 1 Meta gets out. It would have been so clutch if you saw like 20 Metas come out right then. You know what I mean?